Selena's still trapped at the orphanage. Together, we'll get her out.
You seen what that thing does to cars?
He's on our tail! Outrun that thing!
Come on, lose him!
Did I ever tell you I hate plants? Especially the man-eating ones.
¿Ah?
Who the hell invited
¿Qué estoy diciendo que fuera arriba?
plants to the party?
Come now, Detective. Catwoman is eagerly awaiting your return to the orphanage. Will you really be so cruel as to deny her the chance to see you fail?
Falcon 3 to control. I have visual on the Batmobile. Miyagani Island. Over.
You're back.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes?
Hello again to my favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for two half-wits instead of one. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, when you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
Can you get up there?
The ceiling? Easy.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? Did that hurt, Catwoman? Good. That pain is what stupidity feels like.
Oh, Eddie, you're going to feel very, very stupid when I catch up with you.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist. Twist.
Nearly there, Selena.
done on this side.
Okay, done over here.
Congratulations! And now your reward. Robot! Robot! Robot!
All yours.
Yo no sé qué nada está pasando. Pero es que yo no te puedo creer, solo a la nalga, que yo quiero... Si yo le doy un botón, yo quiero que tú hagas la cosa. Serio. A ver, no, esto no es tan difícil como Arkham City. Porque Arkham City, el New Game Plus ahí era mucho más difícil. Si fuera tan difícil, yo no lo hubiera hecho. Porque este juego se me jodió. Al takedown, no cambie. Pero por Dios.
Fine, the key, take the key. I suppose you just about earned it.
Ay, Dios mío.
When I get out of here, I'm sticking this collar around Eddie's neck.
Well, how clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very
I should focus on helping Cat.
unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Ronalop Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Okay.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot, but he's an idiot who built...
This is your chance, Catwoman, Batsy. She's vulnerable, trapped in an abandoned orphanage. That sure spells...
Ranelagh Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends.
Por fin pude interrumpir el Joker. Ah, no, me cago en todo el Joker. Tú solo no te vas a mi corazón.
It's a bat! He's tailing us! Put your foot down! Go!
Hay gente que está cansado del Joker. Pero yo solo he jugado... Bueno, sí, yo solo he jugado como 2 juegos donde Joker estaba antes de él. Y en Arkham City, para mí, el villano principal no era Joker, era Hugo. Porque si solo es demasiado genial eso. Hay gente que dice que lo era Ra's al Ghul, pero no. Si fuera Ra's al Ghul, él lo hubiera hecho al mismo. Fue Hugo.
This is it, Dark Knight. We're done. Well, you're done for, at least. I must admit that I'm feeling quite charitable at the moment of my triumph. So I will give you a choice. Rather than carry on towards your humiliation and death, I will simply let you drive away in return for a signed statement testifying towards my superior intelligence and conceding that I have utterly checkmated you. Oh, the cat will remain a hostage, of course. A symbol of your failure. My, you're actually going to attempt it. Very well. But
Es
this is
otra
my
cosa.
finest work, detective. My masterpiece. My
Hace otra
Sigma
cosa.
resistance.
Yo no lo sé, bro.
So, let us
Eso.
take that inexplicably life-sized children's
No se
toy
hace.
for its final drive. This is it, Dark Knight. Your Tudoberg, your Bay of Pigs, your ultimate defeat. That's it, Detective. Drive faster. Drive headlong into defeat.
Oh boy.
Behold your doom. What? Impossible! That cannot be! You should have fallen to your death. I calculated the curvature precisely. I've got the equations right here. I don't understand. How are you still alive? Oh, of course. You got lucky, didn't you?
More than lock. First person and
The
skill.
wheels go on the ground, Batman.
Oh
That's
my
the
God.
fundamental
Come
principle
on.
of driving. Oh, dear. That would
Oh,
have
boy.
injured someone whose skull wasn't so thick.
That was just something Teddy. No!
No, 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 no! This isn't right. This isn't possible. This isn't happening. I am the Riddler, and you shall not defeat me!
Oh, time is running out.
Hurry up, detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin.
Oh, come on.
You flipped the car? Perhaps I am in need of a more worthy nemesis.
That's close.
Make your peace, Dark Knight. This really is it. It has to be. Stop not dying!
Easy. Easy. It's all because of the person.
Key. Now you collect the key. Those are the rules, and I have to follow the rules, don't I? I set them after all.
Yeah, you're gonna break your own rules because you're a sore loser and a stupid idiot. Why are these so much easier? It doesn't make sense, but at least I
Okay,
understand how it works.
almost there.
It doesn't make sense how these are so much easier now.
Can you trust him,
Since
Catwoman?
it's New Game Plus.
Trust.
Maybe they just don't want me to waste my time in them. Or maybe I press something that made it easier.
And here we go.
I don't know.
Oh, that's it. No more.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You are now free. Free to take my final exam. To take my final exam.
Eddie, I didn't know you'd started cheating. I'm disappointed.
I dissemble. I artfully obfuscate. But I do not cheat. As you and Batman will discover when you attempt my final riddle room. Riddle room. photographic memory, Detective, because I do. I can summon your sneering features at will. That is when they don't burst unbidden into my brain. I have perfect recall, too. I can remember every time you've hurt me. Sometimes I wake up, Dark Knight, to the feel of your hands around my neck, your carbon fiber-coated fists smashing into my solar plexus. How dare you brutalize me? Me! Your intellectual superior. You're better. Me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler, and the world's greatest everything. You're a thug, Detective, a bullying emblem of the arrogant notion that might makes right. Come back to the orphanage, where I will end you and the unjust things you stand for.
I mean, I guess I can actually be so pretty cool with the idea. Because here's the thing. There's not a lot of differences in New Game Plus for this game. It's just the major difference are the people fights, but that's not really significant. The combat ones are usually the most meaningful fights in this
how
game.
long it'd take for Dent to show his faces.
And they are pretty much the same most of the time. And when they are not the same, there's still not major difference. They're not a lot more difficult. They are basically the same. So, but
Now's my
it's still
chance to
pretty
free
good.
Selina from the orphanage. This sick game has gone on long enough.
Agreed, sir. Best of luck.
Even if New Game Plus is still pretty good, because even if it's pretty much the same, you now have all your upgrades and you know how to play now. So it's no longer challenging. They removed the challenging factor. Now they instead added the fun factor, which still can be lost with. Can you be decisive or something? I'm gonna go up here. You're stupid.
Control, we're tracking the Batmobile. Moving at speed. Over.
So they removed the challenging factor and only left the fun factor. But at the same time, by removing the challenging factor and not adding many variations, because that was also something I was hoping to see. Just things that forced me to do things that made the game a lot more different. Just notice more things about the environment, try new things, because there's something pretty good that Arkham Asylum did. Maybe Arkham City did it.
Ivy and her damn plans
I remember Arkham Asylum much better, which really says a lot about how much I like Arkham Asylum. It's just that good. I just like Metroidvania a lot more. That's just what it is. And also Arkham City, they introduced a lot of issues that are like my major pet peeves, and those issues are still here, but they kind of fixed it enough for me to not be pissed off the whole time, for me to not hate the game. Like the only thing that I don't like about this game are the side missions. They tell you to do them at the worst times. That's the worst part about this game. They tell you to do it at the worst time, and you know, it's cool to have
I'm staying out of the way.
so many side missions. There, other side missions are very fun. I always want more. Can you shut up? Other side missions are fun, but they just place it at the worst times. It's always at the worst times. And leaving it for later is just lame. And not only that, but some of them you can leave them for later, like the watchtowers. That still takes time. It still removes you from the story. There is like a lot of urgency in the history, and they are so quick to give you side missions. If they instead made the story a bit larger and then they added the side missions, then I would be fine with this game. But the side missions kind of just ruined the game for me. Especially because it's just lame to leave them for last just because the game is not doing something right. Like, why do I have to fix it? Especially because if I leave them all for last, it's just gonna be very tedious to do it all. Like, that's why it's good to give the side missions in the middle of the game. It just makes, it just balances the work, but the, they are not doing it right. It's just horrible. In Arkham City, it was different. The major problem for Arkham City with the side missions is that they don't give them to you sometimes. They just trigger randomly. Like you have to pass by the right street or something. You have to be close enough. You can't just look at it or you can't just be near it. I mean, that's I don't like that, but at the same time, at least it's better than this. At least that didn't bother me. This does bother me, especially because the only way you can level up and get all of those upgrades is by doing the side missions. So in a way, if I didn't do the side missions, then I wouldn't get all the upgrades I wanted. Because the final upgrades I got were things I wanted. It's not like, probably only a few, but it's not like most of the final upgrades I tried to get were things I didn't want. I wanted all of that. It just sucks. It just sucks. That's why I kind of just really want to play GTA, but I want to finish this first. Not only that, but I also reluctant because it might be better to play GTA on my computer. Um, it would be better probably. Just because of the aim, because shooting is a lot better on a mouse. Even if I already got the hang of it on a controller, it's just not the same. Mouse is just that cool. Oh no, I must play it here. PlayStation. Anyways, that's my gripe with this
How have
game.
you been?
Perfect. Eddie hasn't said a
It's
word
very
since you
fun,
left that last course.
but
Do you ever rub people the right
I feel
way?
like I'm having a lot
They
more
never
fun
ask nicely.
after I finish the game,
This is
not
it.
while I was playing the
One
game.
last hoop to jump through. Then I'm free to rob Gotham blind. I mean, you know, make sure everyone got out. I'll check the art galleries first.
Meet the Riddle Square, a puzzle which draws influence from both late 20th century puzzle cubes and mid 15th century torture devices.
If Eddie wanted us to play a game of life-size chess, he could have left us more pieces.
I don't think that was the idea.
Easy.
Congratulations! Now let's cut to the best part.
Selena, watch out! Get ready.
Damn him! How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah, beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings.
Stop.
You will not win this!
Oh, not really, actually.
Still not a riddle, Eddie.
You just haven't figured it out yet.
This is it. This is the end. The final riddle.
Here we go.
It's done. Keys by the entrance. Let's go.
You smooth talker, you. Give me a second to compose myself. Would you do the honors? You know what the worst thing about this was? It looked cheap. Well, handsome, what are we waiting for? So is it just Central Gotham that's evacuated? Or are the mansions empty too?
Scarecrow threatened the entire city, Selina.
And it's such a tragedy. You go save the day, and I'll make sure Bruce Wayne locked his doors.
Good luck with that.
Sí. I hope Koji can just do that.
You fraud! Chancing, bumbling amateur! Look what you have reduced me to, Batman! If you cannot simply bow down when confronted with your obvious failure, then I will stoop to your pathetic pugilistic level and make you! I designed this suit to perfectly defend myself against your violent excesses. So please understand, Dark Knight. This is an intellectual victory above all. Which color do you prefer? Let's mix things.
Bring it down!
Can you keep up? Fight like you have half a brain. Love to see you fail.
Attack the right guy, come on.
I'll subtract you from this equation. Ready to be vaporized? Can't think and act at the same time. Apotheosis! You think me outwitted? Prepare to be outbeaten!
Please change, come on. I almost got here because you just didn't want to change.
I'll subtract you from this equation!
Yes!
Enough! This is beneath me! You are beneath me! You want to finish this, detective? Then you must earn the privilege! Solve every last riddle in this city and I'll fight you, Batman, but not a moment before.
Or we could just leave you down there, Eddie. Come on, Batman. This cat wants to prowl.
No.
I've been cooped up all night, handsome. We're leaving.
Okay.
Fresh air, freedom, and darkness. Perfect. How should we celebrate? I know a couple of poor, defenseless museums. But then again, I also know a couple of hotels.
Tonight's not over yet. There's more work to be done.
Of course there is. You do know how to kill the mood. Do you ever take the night off? Do you ever take the suit off?
Not on nights like this, Selina. It's what I do.
Fine. I guess I'll hit an art gallery or two, while the big bad bat's distracted.
You're not going to thank me?
Why? It's what you do.
Just me and you, Nigma. Time to finish this.
Well, Dark Knight, it seems you have earned the right to die at my mechanical hands. But let us be clear. We do not meet as equals. You literally have not a hope of victory. Oh, I wish I could say that I have found this one-sided rivalry of ours intellectually stimulating, but in truth, I grew bored of you long ago. Killing you here will finally liberate me to engage in more edifying.
Explosives in this game are just worse. They are just worse. I haven't trained to press a button for so long and you have to look at it when it explodes. That's so
What's
stupid.
dead? You!
They're just useless in this game. They are useless. They do nothing. They temporary storm for way too little time.
Now color me triumphant. A hydraulic haymaker. Keeping up. Riddle me this. Homicidal and red all over. Trail detective. I diddle answered this riddle. Now color me triumphant. Let's mix things up. You've seen it! I will forcibly extract a confession.
God damn it, what? Fuck.
Die, father! I mean, Batman! Your anti-intellectual oppression ends here!
God damn it, this guy is traumatized.
This color suits you better. You are bested, you are conquered, and you are mine! shall be ashes!
Sorry, Eddie, but it looks like you're cheating to me.
No! What are you doing here? This is not your fight, cat!
Eddie, sweetie, you invited me, remember? And then you tied me to a chair.
Come.
You act like I'm ungrateful. Be my guest.
Solved all my riddles? Thank you, Batman.
Batman,
for
can you help me
teaching
here?
The effectiveness of violence tonight.
Bring it down.
How did you do it? How did you solve them all? I cannot be beaten. No,
Bitches.
no, my plan! My plan! You shouldn't be here! You shouldn't have got this far!
Try and keep up.
Solve this one! Can you keep up?
Here you go.
Time for a change! The end! My victory! My just reward! Batman!
Okay, thank you for not attacking him.
About time.
You will both fall before me! My robots are indestructible! It was perfect! My perfect victory!
Smash it.
So many riddles! There's no way you solve them all!
God
Can't think
damn
of
it!
it at the same
Can you just attack the people you... I
Hard for you!
It's just so annoying.
Finally.
Solve the riddles? How?
Exactly, I want you to do that. Even if there's like someone nearby, just attack that guy, please.
All yours.
This color suits you better.
God damn it.
Prepare for disintegration!
Mom.
I did it! I actually did it! I mean, of course I did. Good. As
I
expected.
just hate that. I hate that. It's just the worst pet peeve I have about games. When they don't do what you tell it to. That's the worst thing. What the hell is it? Okay.
Keeping up. Decipher this. Riddle me this.
Don't feel left out.
Homicide and red.
God damn it. You're so
Failed,
stupid.
detective.
So stupid. I swear to God, I don't even want to do
I
this.
mean, that
That happens so often. I just don't want to do it.
For a change. This is embarrassing, you two, really. Hi.
Just start. It's just so stupid. So stupid.
Hard for you?
Of course. Combo broken because you didn't want to do a freaking tech.
Over. You have failed, detective.
My guess.
Thank you, Batman, for teaching me the effectiveness of violence tonight.
You spoiled.
Oh, come on. The freaking camera made me think that he was not dead. Why were you kissing a robot?
Many riddles. There's no way
Made me
you
think
solve
that he
them
was
all.
dead. Oh, damn it.
You think you're smarter than me?
Come on.
You think me outwitted? Prepare to be outbeated! I'll atomize you! This is the end!
Oh.
My apotheosis! How did you do it? How did you solve them
Do
all?
the
not waste any
takedown.
time.
Don't switch characters. Come on.
You think you can defeat my creation? No, no, no! My plan! My plan! Time for a change! Prepare for disintegration!
Why, thank you.
You cheated! I will forcibly extract a confession. This color suits you better. Can you keep up?
Ooh, okay. Custom, bro.
Take it out.
That was very last second.
You shall be ashes!
Oh, come on.
Let's mix things up. Now color me triumphant. Burn, Batman!
This one's for you, Eddie.
You shouldn't be here. You shouldn't have got this far. You cannot defeat me. It was perfect. My perfect victory.
God damn it.
Ready?
Which color do you prefer? Now color me How did you do it? How did you solve them all? Let's mix things up.
Try and keep up.
Time for a change. This color suits you better. This is embarrassing.
Bring it down.
Really? Ready to be vaporized? Keeping up? Can you keep up? No! No! I will die before I am defeated!
for the daring last-minute rescue. It was very heroic.
It was under control.
Sure it was. Now be a good damsel and bestow a kiss on your gallant hero.
Play nice.
You're not playing at all.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means this is the end, Selena. It means we can't.
What?
I can't.
Now it doesn't make sense.
I will see you again, right?
No one will. Gotham needs something more.
Would you
Something
No.
worse to defend her. She needs a new myth.
No, goodbye.
A legend more powerful than I can be right now. A legend that can only rise from the ashes
Okay, it does make sense.
of Batman.
Some things you can't do alone, Bruce.
And some things you have to.
Call if you need me.
I won't.
I know. I just wanted to say it.
Because you are only... It makes sense because you're only supposed to fight the reader after you unlock everything. You only unlock everything after you beat the game. Or at least close to beating it.
What's happening to me?
At that
You're
point...
a smart man, Edward. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
No. You cheated. Catwoman cheated. She stole my victory from me.
A fight I couldn't win? That doesn't even fit your definition of playing fair.
It was fair. If you weren't able to bypass the robot's multi-layer encryption, decipher their unique operating system, and reprogram them mid-battle, that doesn't mean you get to call in assistance.
You need help, Nigma.
That
Never need
really...
help with anything.
Okay, that actually doesn't sound that difficult. The difficult part about it is just encrypting. That's actually doable. And pretty easy for Batman because you can decrypt anything.
Out you go, Nigma.
Ha! I could have brought me here twice as quickly.
Yeah, right. Shut up, bitch.
Well, riddle me this. Was Green proud and ass kicked all over?
How exceedingly droll. I won't be needing a lawyer, you jumped-up security guard. I will represent myself.
That won't work.
You forget, you bothersome bat.
Oh my god.
Every time you overcome my puzzles, I learn that little bit more about you.
I want
Soon
this
enough, there
place.
will be a riddle that leaves you dead.
Good for you, Bat. Eddie doesn't need psychiatric help. No. Beat him up, lock him up. That's the best medicine.
God damn it, I'm lost.
Think you're finding that weapon? Like those presents you.
Okay, now most of what's left is just blood.
I'm heading to the clock tower
Specifically
office.
blood
Upload the data from the
ammunition,
Batwing as soon as the analysis is complete.
Very well, sir.
Are there even bombs? Yeah, there is bombs. Should be faster than the bombs.